One of my favorite quotes from George Addair says, "Everything you have ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear." Consider that for a moment. To get what you want, you just need to get past your fear. But I can hear some of you say, "Fear? I'm not scared." But if you have had trouble progressing in your career, I beg to differ. When I started my online business, I had a lot of fear. And if you don't overcome those emotions, it will hold you back. Fear is a powerful emotion. It often masquerades as a cloak of protection, keeping us from doing things that may cause us harm. But sometimes the real damage comes from the inaction that fear enables. Fear makes you put things off. You might say, "I'm really tired. I have other stuff to do," or "It's a dumb idea anyway." These excuses probably sound familiar, don't they? You have probably said this out loud to yourself. But think about it. Is there any truth to these statements? Or are you constructing excuses to avoid potential failure? It's much easier and less painful to make excuses than it is to put in the long hours and energy that it will take to work toward your goal. But excuses and opting out will ultimately leave you feeling unfulfilled. We avoid at all costs those things that make us uncomfortable, but there is no growth in the status quo. Sooner or later, that caution and those fears that prevent you from getting hurt or put you on the spot stagnate you. If you want to find out how to conquer fear, you need to take a different approach. Recognize when you are using excuses and figure out how to overcome them. You too tired? Adjust your schedule so you can get a better night's sleep. Not enough time? Assess your priorities and find out where you can make time. And the next time an excuse comes your way, make the decision not to give in to the little voice telling you no, because it won't help you grow in the long run. There are some sneaky ways fear halts your progress. One way is that your head is full of negative self-talk. Somewhere along the way, out of fear of ridicule or rejection, you started to tell yourself that it was okay not to go after what you wanted. You fill your head with negative stories that prevent you from learning and growing and stretching your wings. You say things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'm not ready," "I'm too young or too old," or "I'm not skillful enough." Self-sabotaging talk can be a dream killer and a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a vicious cycle. It plants seeds of doubt, so we start to retreat and succumb to the negative stories echoing in our heads. You would be able to achieve your goals if only so-and-so wasn't holding you back, right? It's far easier to blame others for your lack of growth than it is to step out of your comfort zone. The truth is that things that prevent you from growing are not external, they are internal. It's easy to think that other forces like your boss, the economy, or bad luck block your path, but not true. Another sneaky way fear holds you back is you might have fallen into the trap of good enough. You are gainfully employed and have supportive friends and family. You have a good life, so good. In fact, you should be grateful. You should be happy. You should feel guilty for wanting something different when so many would kill to be in your shoes. You end up shoe-doing all over yourself. You convince yourself that rocking the boat would upset everyone around you. And who wants that? Rather than go after your dreams, you settle for good enough. If any of these scenarios sound familiar, then fear has reared its ugly head. The good news? Once you have acknowledged that fear exists, you can take measures to address and disarm it. If you want a better life and career, you have to change the stories you tell yourself. Words have power, especially the ones you say or don't say to yourself. By replacing self-sabotaging talk with self-affirming talk. You will abandon limiting beliefs and adopt a growth-focused mindset. This doesn't mean that you will transform overnight, but it will create a more welcoming environment for positive change. The only one who's holding you back is you. Until you take responsibility for your own growth journey, everything will remain the same. To make positive change, you have to be willing to be vulnerable. You need to muster the courage to acknowledge and tackle your hidden fears. By doing so, you will get out of your own way, gain traction, and go after your goals. Realize that good enough rarely is. It is hardest to admit what you want most in the world. So very easy to settle for something short of that risky path. Lose the fear and guilt about going after what's missing and start to explore. A healthy curiosity is often the best educator, as it leads to new opportunities and experiences. As a friend of mine is fond of saying, your dreams and fears are neighbors. This is one instance where you will want to get to know both. One of the most powerful tips to overcome fear and anxiety is to adopt a growth mindset. It's not about achieving your goals and being perfect every step of the way. No one is ever perfect all the time. So stop striving for that. It's about getting comfortable with what you don't know and continuing anyway. This is the foundation of a growth mindset. No matter how many mistakes you make or how slow your progress is, you are still way ahead of everyone who isn't trying. As soon as you have accepted that the path to success includes growth and change, you will be one step closer to attaining your goals. So I hope that what I've shared with you today will help you take steps to overcome your fears so you can achieve your goals. Bye-bye and have a good day.